Have you ever wanted to be a clairvoyant, a person who can look into the future and predict exactly what's going to happen next? Or did you ever wish you could read people's mind and know what they were about to say? Nadania will make your dream come true because oh my god, it is so predictable and banal. Star Kids get so much criticism already, and I really hate to add on to it. But with movies like this, I mean, what choice do we have? Dharma Productions should really have more compassion. It's a cruel world out there, and it just keeps setting up these children of famous actors like sitting ducks. Come on. Nadania is mainly a story about a girl, Pia, who comes from wealth and predictably a broken family. She feels she is not appreciated by her family, which includes her parents and her grandfather, who is a big shot lawyer. इस घर के बड़ों को सिर्फ बड़े होने की इज्जत चाहिए, पर बड़ा बनना भूल जाते हैं. Their problem with her is that she's not a boy and they wanted a male heir. Naturally, she gravitates to outsiders for validation, and in this case, it is her close friends, her childhood friends. And when a misunderstanding leads to a fallout, she cooks up a story that she has a boyfriend who's very handsome, very smart, very hot, just so that her insecure friend can accept her back into the fold. The challenge? Find an in the flesh replacement for her figment of imagination lover. So now she's looking for a guy in a not so funny sequence of sifting through boys in her high school, very quick to label them as green flags and red flags. Well, all of them were red flags. Then she finally chances upon a candidate who fits the bill perfectly. Who is he? It's Saif Ali Khan. No, it's his lookalike son. Anyway, Junior Saif is another stereotype. He plays a character called Arjun who comes from a upper middle class background, which I have to point out is so not in touch with reality because he is the son of a doctor and a teacher who works in a very hi-fi fancy school. So you can figure out like the salary would be somewhere in lakhs per month. But he's basically poor compared to Khushi Kapoor's character. As you can guess, since he's not super rich, he is brilliant academically and obviously he comes from a healthy family. No surprise, he gets into the hi-fi school with a full scholarship, and God alone knows how many times we have to see the same trope played out again and again in Dharma Productions. Pia hires Arjun to pretend to be her boyfriend. हर हफ्ते के 25,000 मिले थे मुझे इसके बॉयफ्रेंड बनने की एक्टिंग करने के. I mean, hires, what sort of story is this? Like just because a person does not have as much money as the other character doesn't mean they'll happily take on any job, right? To collect money. Here they pretend and pretend till they pretend no more and they are really in love, followed by obvious misunderstanding, followed by reconciliation in the dullest of all time reconciliation scene. It's so dull it will make you think you're watching a spoof. Story definitely is not the movie's USP. There are some lines here and there which are meant to be comedic but don't really land. At one point, there is an entire scene with a taxi driver that will make you think like, huh, what was that for? Sometimes when the story is not that great, the soundtrack salvages the movie. Man, I cringed so hard in that Diwali party song. The music definitely is not strong enough to salvage this. And by the way, don't you think Ishq Mein sounds like Ishq Jaisa Kuch? Ishq Jaisa Kuch. Let's get down to what people will actually be tuning into this movie for. To see Ibrahim. We've seen a little too much of Khushi of late, and I was not really expecting anything new from her. What a coincidence that Ibrahim, who has been in the radar because of his soft launch pap videos in gym wear, stars in a movie which has to do a lot with soft launching. You'd think he'd be excellent in the role because he's had so much practice, but he's just about okay. And I realized that his primary job was not to act, it was to be a replica of his father. 10 on 10 for that. This is his first movie, and we know not to expect any good to great performance from actors who have been cast because of their background, because of who their parents are. And well, this is his first rodeo. The bar is already very low, and if you are expecting something that will wow you, it is on you, man. Ibrahim's performance ranges from average to awkward, and he is realistic only to the extent that a lot of guys in real life think they are cool but come across as pretentious, and he has unknowingly channeled that.
तू मैजिक है।
The writers know this, and they try to gloss over his unconvincing performance by dropping hints of his off screen persona, who he is, etc. So you hear lines like Nawab lagta hai, bilkul apne baap pe gaya hai. I mean, I understand when such tricks are used for maybe Junaid Khan because not my wildest guess could place him as Amir Khan's son. But Ibrahim is Saif. Nobody needs a reminder. Another problem, and I call it a problem, is that his voice is dubbed, if I'm not wrong. It sounds so unnatural. I'm not sure if it's a voice actor or some AI trick, but it's not that great either. It matches his acting skills. Coming to Khushi Kapoor, I think she has signed too many projects back to back, which has not given her the time to halt and take in the feedback she's getting from the audience, and thus you see the same performance over and over again in different movies. What you see here is exactly what you saw in Love Yapa. I have added the link to the review to Love Yapa in the description. So, whatever I said in that review is pretty much what I have to say here. Her dialogue delivery does not sound organic,
प्यार के लिए कोई जगह है क्या?
and she smiles a lot. And why not? You smile when you're in a good mood. But smiles do have variation. The way you smile at your friend is not the way you smile at your beloved. And it's not the way you smile when you're falling in love. And it's also not the way you smile when you're eating kulfi, with or without faluda. Acha, this brings me to another stereotype. Middle class people eat kulfi on the road, and wealthy people eat squid ink pasta. The lack of impact in her dialogue delivery is even more glaring in scenes where she's crashing out, and toward the end of the movie when she's telling the guy, "You hurt me, but you hurt me." I don't know why she says that so many times. I hope she takes a note and works on her drawbacks before signing her next movie. Sunil Shetty, oh my god, his daddy avatar is so in contrast to what he looked like when he started, na? Sunil Shetty, Mahima Chaudhary, Jugal Hansraj, and Dia Mirza are the saving grace. They know how to do their job and they do it with ease. You know what? Take out these two youngsters out and make the entire movie about these four, and you'll probably get a production which is worth the audience's time. But you know what I was thinking? Maybe you can't blame the actors all the way if the characters are not written well. None of them have any depth. We do not know what their personality is like, and their interpersonal relationships with the other characters around them is barely explored. Nadania has a weak story and is just not relatable. Everything, starting from the sets to the dialogue, sounds and looks contrived. The biggest problem is that the whole movie sounds like it was written by some 40-year-olds who have no idea what the younger generation thinks like, what they sound like, how they act. The social issues pointed out in the movie are also not groundbreaking. Families desiring a male heir over a daughter, lovers divided by class, underestimation of women's intellect, father having an affair, parents wanting a divorce, Dadaji being a Dadaji. These issues would have surprised and shocked back in the 2000s. The target audience sees these situations as part of life, or they just dismiss it completely. The thing is, they know how to deal with these situations already, and therefore would find the movie terribly boring. Not to forget the text messages on screen technique of narration. It's spreading like a virus. It's like if you've seen it in one movie about youngsters, you have to see that in every movie about youngsters. Sometimes I feel like I'm watching a different episode of the same show. And it doesn't help that the actors don't look like high school students. What was the problem in making them college kids? High school is still school in India, and high school romance movies are still very unrealistic regardless of how much Hollywood we consume. Like that wasn't enough, there's a fully bearded Ori who makes an appearance, and we're expected to believe he's 17. Shauna Gotham's direction is a mix of run of the mill and confusing. There is a scene where Ibrahim concludes a debate by standing on a desk and showing his abs. Why? We are told he is some sort of a debate champion, but there is no scene where this skill of his is established. Rather, we see him swimming and running, trying to hit goals in the rain. Oh, and there is a scene where Pia is in the middle of a heated debate and they're doing this finger pointing thing, which will remind you of those English language debate reels.
I can say wow, family. What a great topic. There is no one there is no one who is good for girl. So your father is good for you or not? Yes, he is my father. That's my he's good.
In fact, these have more grit, fire, and conviction. Like someone to must have participated in a debate in their life from the crew. I don't know, the director, script writer, spot boy, somebody should have said, "What is going on? This is hilarious." Nadania is fraught with moments which made me think, did imagination have any seat at the table? The extras literally do hoo ha every time the lead says a line. It's like they're holding up a cue card for the audience so that we know how to react, because otherwise we'll just sit blank. Shauna Gotham is new and hopefully she'll get better and give us really great movies in future. Okay, coming to the dialogues. They are hollow and rather stupid in places. At one point, Pia says, "मैं चलती फिरती science textbook हूँ." What is a science textbook in standard 12th? What's the specialization? Like, what are you? Chalti phirti chemistry textbook, physics text, bio? What? Specialization to batao. The lines throw in generalizations and buzzwords that are dying an apocalyptic death in parlance for some time now. Soft launch, red flag, green flag, how abbreviations mean different things to an older generation and something completely different to the younger generation. Like LOL means lots of love to the older people, whereas the younger people use it to mean lot laugh out loud, and more such stale examples. I am not particularly disappointed because I never had high hopes for Nadania. It is exactly how I thought it would be, bland and pretentious. It tries to copy Hollywood productions with the whole high school background, but it fails. If you want a show that has done this right, look no further than Class. It is the remake of Elite and it's a show on Netflix. And despite its stereotypes, it is more relatable in its approach because the characters are really solid and have depth. It's not like only the rich have problem and the people who don't have a lot of money, their life is perfect. It shows that just like the rich have problems, the poor too are not absolutely doodh se dhula hua. High time we begin to see these things in shows and movies. Final word, if you're really that interested to see Ibrahim Ali Khan, see his pap videos. He is literally more authentic and funny there. नादानिया तो नादान लोग ही भी